Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the garage. So this afternoon we're going to start diving into the race truck, try and figure out what's wrong with it. I don't think it really matters. Best case scenario I think is just a really bad head gasket leak, but I wouldn't be surprised if we found something worse than that. So we're going to start diving into it. I did already drain the coolant out of the truck because there's all kinds of coolant up in the top end there coming out of those out of the vents and out of the oil fill cap. But here's what the coolant looks like. So as you can see, yeah, the coolant looks pretty cool. I mean, if that was like a hydro dip or like a powder coat paint, that'd be cool. But for coolant or oil, well, coolant and oil, it doesn't look good. So we know we got something wrong with the timing of the year and all that. It's just gonna kind of force our hand into, we're gonna take the truck and start looking over it and get everything out of it. And we're basically starting on this winter's plans, which are not finalized yet. I really don't know what my game plan is. I have a couple different directions I've been thinking about going. I got to make a lot of phone calls, make a lot of decisions, all that. So first things first, I pulled the truck out of the garage so we can give her a nice bath on the way home from the track. Actually, I think it was about like 10 minutes after the truck acted up. We got it on the trailer and it just started raining right then. So it was kind of perfect timing in that way. But I mean, the drag radials are filthy, the truck's filthy. So since the truck is going to be in the garage for an extended period of time, I want to just pressure wash it real quick, kind of hose it off, hose the wheels off, because I'll be putting those away. We're not going to need them for quite a while. So we'll put the factory wheels and tires back on it for now. And that's just kind of the game plan. Get this thing cleaned up, ready to be worked on, because like I said, it's just filthy. Just crap all over it. That's something I need to figure out with the trailer. I know somebody had I'm trying to remember, I met the guy at Maple Grove, I want to say Too Tall, was it, about like mud flaps you could hook onto the hitch, so that way you're not kicking the stuff up from the truck onto the trailer and the truck on the trailer. So I need to look into something for that, because that's all just from being kicked up from Caitlin. But I also have the four-wheeler to finish cleaning up and get all this marsh grass out of before it just completely rots. So we got some menial tasks till we start diving into this thing, but I don't really have a game plan. We're just going to keep going into it and see what we find. Either way, the head's got to come off. So and I mean, really honestly, we could probably just pull the engine, but we're going to just pull the head for right now. So yeah, we'll get started and see how far we get. So a good bit of time has passed. I did get the truck washed off. While I was in the middle of doing that, a couple of the buddies from the hunting camp showed up, because it is opening day of deer season here in Pennsylvania, shotgun and rifle tomorrow. So they just stopped by to see what was going on. Needless to say, progress faltered quite a bit. So I do have the stock wheels and tires back on the truck. I have the truck over against the wall as far as I can, so that way I can still park Caitlin in the garage. Seeing as how this thing is probably going to be down for a good while, I figured it'd be nice to be able to use the garage in the winter, so I don't have to be brushing snow off the truck in the mornings and whatnot. So we can start diving into this thing and see what's going on. I don't know how far we're going to get, but we'll just stop here and there and see what we find. I know there's going to be a lot of coolant up top here. I already did have this top part of the valve cover off, but next step, we'll pull the bottom part of the actual valve cover, I guess you'd say. I guess this is just the cover for the CCV filter, but we'll pull the valve cover and get the rockers all and see if we see anything. But other than a bunch of coolant, I'm not expecting anything. Another thing, guys, comment down below. As we go through this process, I want to see if anybody actually has an idea what happened to the engine in the truck. You know, is it just some extreme head gasket issue, or is it, you know, anyway, what do you think is the problem with the truck? Why is there all this coolant in this oil? Well, no, all this oil in the coolant. And why were we getting the steam and the blow-by so bad? So just comment down below. Let me know what you think. All right, let's crack into this thing. So our current status is the valve cover's off, the injector wire harness is out, the rocker box is out. So I got to looking around in here, and other than coolant and oil, I didn't see anything out of sorts right away, but I just kind of kept looking just to see if I saw something. Well, one of these things is not like the other. Right there. So as you can see, we have a big gaping hole. We lost a freeze plug. We should have a little disc in there like this holding, you know, the oil and the coolant, but no, we just have a hole. So I spent the last 20 minutes trying to find it. I'm looking all over here and I'm like, how do you lose this? Like, where does it go? Well, then it's on the number 3 cylinder, but it ended up here next to number 2. So if I can get it out. There it is. There's our problem. That would be why we have coolant and everything. Yeah, so all we did was lose a freeze plug. I mean, that must mean the cylinder pressures were a little high, but yeah, that is very relieving. That's something I didn't even think about. I've heard about it before and never even crossed my mind before I got to tearing this thing apart that this little freeze plug might have come out. But look at that. Yeah, not too bad. I am happy. So guys, found that our freeze plug had decided it didn't like where it was living. That's a good thing. That means, you know, the cylinder walls are probably still intact. I mean, I was just thinking worst possible scenario. I'm always talking about it, but here it's something I never even thought about. And all I had to do was take the valve cover off, the CCV filter, or gutted CCV filter, and the rocker box, and here we are. Yeah, I am extremely excited about that. Now, I was already prepared to put an engine in this truck this winter. That was part of my game plan, but I wanted to run a 9 first, or at least give it my best shot. So with this finding, I don't know where that stands. I know the correct way to do it would be to pull the head, you know, have it threaded so you could put pipe plugs in there so you wouldn't have this problem again. You know, no chance of losing freeze plugs, because if we lost this one, what are the chances that we're going to lose another one? Probably pretty good. So I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. Part of me wants to just get another freeze plug and put back in it. Then we can put the truck back together, which it's not even hardly apart. And I hope that light's not shining into the camera too bad, but we could possibly run the truck again. I know that's foolish. I know that's not the right way to do it, but we could get that 9-second pass with a stock bottom end is kind of what I'm thinking. I'm going to have to deliberate over this thoroughly. Yeah, this little freeze plug certainly changed the way I was thinking. I was thinking for sure this head was coming off and we are going to find something really bad. And once we pulled the head, with the fueling we have and what happened to my other truck previously with needing a head, I thought for sure once we pulled the head was going to be bad anyway, so it would just be an all stop. But this just, yeah, it's not what I expected to find, but in a very good way. So I know I've been just like stammering along here, but I don't know what my next course of action is going to be. I think your next course of action should be to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and get out in your garage, get to working on your truck.